Rock Talk. I'm Lord. I am not Lord. I am not Lord Sixx. I am not Lord Sixx. So off the bat, I guess the first thing you notice about the show is we don't have our host. So today, C Train and I, Dr. Killjoy, will be hosting the show without Lord Sixx. Apparently, Lord Sixx was called to write poetry for the less fortunate today. So he is off doing his part for the Chicks for Six, or those that follow him with his poetry, which you can catch on TikTok. We'll be
Hey, hello, this is Lord Sixx with one called Chicks for Six. You saw my videos on TikTok. You wanted to see me more.
talk. We'll be talking about a couple different things today without Lord Sixx. Hopefully, you enjoy the show. If you do enjoy the show, be sure to hit and subscribe and follow us for more.
Exactly what he said. Yes, sir. We appreciate you sticking around and welcome to Rock Talk. This is what, our 50,000th episode?
It sure feels like it. No,
It sure
today is
feels like
show
it.
number 10.
10.
For 10. So there are 9 other episodes if you want to check those back. They are pretty funny and very much worth watching. I personally enjoy watching them over and over and over again. I just can't get enough.
Cannot get enough. Well, damn, 10, really?
Yeah, we're already at number
We're
10.
already in double digits
We're
now.
double digits now. We're
We
growing.
are officially double digits. We thank you for hanging out with us on our double digit number 10.
We do appreciate that. And any comments you might have, we'd like to, we enjoy answering your questions or
Yes.
anything any input that you might have.
Yes, and speaking of input, we need your comments in the links below. Comment below on a certain kind of a discussion that we've been having.
Oh boy, I've been looking forward to this.
All right, we're going to kick the show off with something we saw on YouTube. There is a beautiful girl by the name of Lanie Gardner.
She is very pleasant to look at.
Very pleasant to
Want to go
look
ahead and
at.
plug into her.
And she has a cover tune that she does for a Fleetwood Mac tune called Dreams. Now, the tune itself is very well done, but the video depicts her singing into
fact,
the microphone.
in fact, it was so well done that she attracted the attention of other artists that invited her to their concerts, or not concerts, but to perform at their concerts. I can't think of the Manson family, where um, the Jonas Brothers, Manson.
It's all the
Same thing.
Same thing.
They're
Same
all the
people.
same group. They're both out to mind murder you. No, but she got their attention as well.
Yeah. So she got our attention for the tune. Now we watched the tune on YouTube. It's a great cover tune, but the discussion came that I myself and some other people think that she is lip syncing for the video. And the argument is on the other side of the aisle is that she is not.
Now, to the untrained eye, it may appear as if she is lip singing, but if you actually look at the episode and watch her sing, you'll notice that if she is doing a lip sync, she's doing a very good job of lip syncing, because everything is note for note, time for time. It looks very well.
Yeah, but there are some things about it that just are off.
She looks at the camera.
She's pandering to the camera.
Those of us
a
that
lot.
know, if you look at the camera while you're trying to sing, you just can't do it. You cannot look at the camera, communicate directly with the camera, and speak at the microphone at the same time, or sing into the microphone for that matter.
And my argument is that she had pre-recorded the song and she's just lip syncing to her own tune. Now, that is just from
And what do you base that on?
I base that on how you can't hear her breathing when she inhales and exhales on a lot of the on some of the verses and stuff, and the fact that when she pulls away from the microphone, the volume stays the same.
Well, that's okay. You got a point. There are some artists that you can, like Britney Spears is one that used to annoy me specifically with that. You could hear her inhaling and exhaling, but there are a lot of artists that you can't, like sing.
No, that's true, and
You can't hear her doing it.
And that's why we want your comments below as to which side of the argument do you think could hold more water? The fact that she is lip syncing, or is it
Or
a
do
live?
you side with logic and can see that she is clearly singing the song, and logic and good taste, really.
Logic be damned. No. But anyway,
I'm clearly right.
No, but
as usual.
as there's always two sides to every story, and we want your comments to settle this argument below. Please leave a comment. Watch her video; it is exceptionally well done. She's got a very good voice, very sultry.
Now, the loser of this argument should have to pay a penalty of some sort. I say we should have to. The winner would get to choose the loser's fate. Possibly, maybe listen to as much, say, more than 30 seconds of a Guar song
Oh God!
for the loser,
Oh, that would be torture.
or filter all the new requests for Chicks for Six.
Chicks for Six.
We can filter through those. But the loser would have to do that because we get so many.
Yeah.
So many needy Chicks for Six have been sending in their applications to become a Chicks for Six and get some of that donation money. There's so many needy women.
So many needy women. He should have his own website.
Oh, he does. He's got
That's
that
what he does.
that TikTok where you can again catch his what he not only has poetry for the needy and the less fortunate, but he also does poetry for the benefited as well, the privileged people. He doesn't discriminate.
He does not discriminate. And speaking of lip syncing, that leads us into one of the primary things that we wanted to discuss today, which is at the forefront of everything.
We have a problem in today's society.
We have a big problem
we have a
with live
huge-
music.
a huge crisis.
Uh,
Apparently, there are bands that have been resurrected from the 1980s that believe,
They are
there are
still in the
people-
1980s.
and there are people that want to or have to just listen to and watch them perform live. So we need your help to try to make them see the light that maybe they shouldn't be on stage. Maybe they can't do what they once did back in the 80s, that maybe Vince Neil in his shower robe.
Vince Neil, that's blasphemy.
At
He
one-
would never use backing tracks. Vince Neil.
No, he clearly does not. No,
Clearly does not.
I would not dream of accusing that fantastic singer of using a backing track, because if you watch him sing now,
It's from the heart. It's all from the heart.
it is from the heart, but there's no question that man is singing.
Oh yes.
He is singing his heart out.
What he's singing, we don't know. We haven't figured that out yet.
Well,
Because I've seen some things where he is making up words just because they rhyme.
if you go on YouTube and look at some of the things people have posted on that, I've seen something like Big Mac 103 and some of the lyrics.
I've seen some of the things where they're trying to decipher it down in the in the notes, and they just said it's just a bunch of different words. He has no idea what he's singing.
Yeah, I don't even know if he knows what song he's singing. He's just running around in a bathrobe. It looks like
A Komodo.
if he were in a Walmart parking lot, I'm pretty sure people would call him Karen, because he looks like he's
Ooh.
complaining about something, and it's just inaudible.
But we've also heard that the rest of the band, Motley Crue, been using backing tracks, and
That's been brought to light by Mick Mars.
yeah, by Mick Mars, but also by people that have videoed Nikki Sixx taking his hands off the bass and leading the crowd
Is that
and
Nikki
things,
Sixx or
and the
Captain Jack
bassist.
Sparrow?
And
Because I can't tell anymore.
Well, it's becoming an issue because now a lot of other bands, that have been using backing tracks now are being brought to light. Kiss was one of them. Wasp is another one.
Yeah, and they've also actually admitted it. Blackie's admitted that he's using backing tracks, and he's stated why he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's doing it to try to give you kind of as much of the studio experience that you can, or that he can give you, and still continue to sing. But I mean, having been to that concert, the dude still sounds
Yeah,
phenomenal.
we've seen them twice, and yeah, go see it if you get a chance to go see them.
But back to Motley Crue,
Stay away. No,
Yeah.
no, don't stay away because John 5 is an excellent replacement for Mick Mars, even though he looks like he's out of place.
he's too good of a
I think
replacement.
he's too good of a replacement. It's like having Steve Vai come in and play, and I don't know.
It's like having Ferrari seat covers in a Ford.
Yeah.
Um,
It just doesn't belong.
it doesn't fit there.
It doesn't fit. But let us know in the comments down below also
Oh, and
if you went to a concert only to find out that backing tracks were used and you weren't getting the
you weren't
performance that
happy with
paid
what you've
for,
seen.
would that affect your would you not go see them? Would you not support the artist anymore, or would you complain? Would you
Well,
want your money back?
let's say you went to that Motley Crue concert and were completely devastated by what you witnessed. Would you still want to go to that Guns N' Roses concert and get the same exact experience? Because
Yeah.
Chucky can't sing anymore either, and he sure likes to think that he can. Um, but again, the music Slash, he's holding true.
Oh yeah.
The rest of the band, I don't know. I haven't heard anything as far as their backing tracks. But honestly, if I was going to go to a Guns N' Roses concert, the only one I think I would care to pay to see would be Slash. Um, Axl Rose, I love horror. I love horror movies. I love everything about. I'm If you know me, you know I'm a horror enthusiast. Um, Chucky scares me. Chucky scares me because he's just a terrifying looking person.
Oh yeah. He's
And when that
years
voice
of not
comes
being
out,
kind.
yeah, no, he's not the same Axl Rose he once was.
No.
And also we got Motley Crue, Metallica coming up too, getting ready to go to that concert. I'm wondering what kind of performance we're
Do
going
you
to get.
think they would use backing tracks?
I do,
Do you
because
think they would?
they do have some music that is pretty complicated. It was very fast back in the day. I'm wondering, can they continue that or maintain that skill that they once had? Because they're not exactly young anymore either.
No, even Lars is starting to hint at the fact that maybe the end of the road for Metallica might be coming up around the corner because he's hinting at the fact that they may not be able to play these songs like they used to. And if they're dumbing them down or watering them down for audience or for whatever reason, they've been around for a while.
They have, and I am expecting a good show
Yeah.
because they've got a huge fan base. They typically don't disappoint. Um, they're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to go there and being satisfied. I don't expect to go see what I would see at a Motley Crue concert or a Guns N' Roses concert. I am expecting a good show.
Now, do you think that people go to see Metallica for the music or the show?
I think
Because
it's a little bit of both.
for Motley Crue, I think it's more for the show, not really the music.
I think for Motley Crue is to go see a train wreck.
Getting back to Metallica, I think that their days are numbered. Iron Maiden is also hinting at the fact that their days might be numbered as well. A lot of these bands that we grew up listening to are, are our age or older, and they are looking at the exit door,
Well,
exit stage left.
it seems to me that if obviously we didn't never achieve the same status that they did, but had we achieved that status, I think I would want to bow out at a respectable level. I wouldn't want to be known as Herbert the pervert um, of music,
Yeah.
like some of these bands are starting to look like. I would want to go. I want to say goodbye as I'm still enjoyed or as I'm still appreciated for what I do. I think Kiss, it's time for them. They do still put on a good show. It's still great to go to, but the guys, they're in their 70s.
Yeah.
How long can they really do it? I think it's time for them to say thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for being the great fans that you've been. Um, we've enjoyed performing for you. It's been a great experience. Um, thank you for the experience.
Yeah. Yeah. They should go out with a bang rather than a whimper.
Rather than coming back, putting on a bathrobe and screaming into a microphone.
Yeah. I think there was
At
even a point where
50
Gene
pounds
Simmons
more.
was playing bass while sitting down.
Yeah, I think. Well, he did have a. I think he was in Brazil or something, and he had a heat stroke.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was um,
Yeah. I think the
having
touring
issues.
schedule that they've had has been just a little too much. Plus, he wears like 50 or 60 pounds worth of
Leather and armor.
leather armor and all that costume stuff. And,
Yeah,
that's a little much,
but
I mean,
but the depressing thing is there's really nothing else to fall back on because there's really nothing else that's entertaining. If you look at the Billboard Top 100 right now, the man that apparently owns it, Mr. Morgan Whalen, is currently
oh, that's right.
currently number one with your typical classic country song that sounds like every other country song. So naturally, it would be number one. That's what you're falling back to. It's doesn't look like it's entertaining. I'm getting ready to take my wife to go see the new Madonna show.
Mm-mm.
Um, I know who I'll be honest. Back in the days, we really enjoyed her music. She was a great musician. She was a great songwriter. She's got some really good stuff, but she's also a crazy person.
Oh, Madonna?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Madonna was a trendsetter back in 1984. And, 84 is quite a bit different than 2023. There's been a lot of things that have happened. So she's
She's trying desperately to fit in.
trying desperately to get back in the spotlight.
She's really trying to redefine herself. And I'm sorry, Madonna, you're 80 years old.
Yeah. You haven't had a top record in 20 years?
Yeah, she does have a new song apparently that I guess The Weeknd, who no longer wants to be called The Weeknd, by the way.
No longer wants to be referred to as the Weekend.
So now he's the weekday.
It's a weekday.
He sees the weekday now. We'll call him the weekday.
He's Monday through Friday. He's no longer Saturday and Sunday.
I guess he did his charity work, and I'm assuming he's going to get a tax break for that by trying to help her come up with a song that would be liked or maybe successful.
Yeah.
I don't know that it is right now. I really can't see it going anywhere.
I just know that every time she posts something, she looks weirder and weirder all the time. So she's getting a lot of heat for that.
I know she was having a fit on TikTok, and her fans were trying to tell her, say, "Hey, slow down. We appreciate you, but you're making a fool of yourself, Madonna.
Yeah.
Stop." And she did. She seems to have slowed down a little bit. She isn't doing the insane stuff that she used to be doing, which is a disappointment to me because I really enjoyed laughing at her. But yeah, she doesn't do that. If you want to go back to do what you were doing, Madonna, I would personally enjoy it. Your fans might not, but
Yeah.
they don't call me Dr. Killjoy for nothing.
Well, I think she's playing. She's going to be doing a European tour, isn't she? Here pretty soon.
She does have a European tour coming up. In fact, she postponed her. She had an autobiography or a biography or something coming out that she's working on where she cast herself, and she's supposed to be having 100% control of it. So I'm sure that's going to be a real
hoot.
watch.
Oh,
Sunday night
speaking of
special.
a hoot. Last year, everybody knows that the Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins passed away in Brazil from I think it was an overdose of many different substances, and they have been on the road to recovery for a while. Well, according to the Peisty website, they have themselves a new drummer by the name of Josh Freese.
Ooh, let's take a moment of silence for that.
Josh is a very good drummer. He's been with a lot of mainstream bands, and I think the Foo Fighters. I think he might be too good for the Foo Fighters myself. But watching him play,
Maybe him and Johnny Five should get together.
Yeah, him and John Five should get together. But Dave Grohl is actually a very good songwriter. The Foo Fighters are one of the most successful rock bands, that's come around in a while. They've got a lot of Grammys and a lot of nominations to prove it. So adding Josh Freese to their roster, I think, is going to make them even better because he's a phenomenal drummer and he's a Peisty player, just like me.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily. I wouldn't dare to claim myself to be a Foo Fighter fan, but they do have some music that I could listen to. I'm sorry to hear about the drummer.
Yeah.
But I think on that note, we should also bear reference. And since we have done our last podcast, we have also lost another great icon that was huge in her day, and we should pay her some respect to Tina Turner.
Yes.
For those of you Tina Turner fans, that is a great loss to the music community. She's done some great things. She was a great person.
Yeah, she was a trailblazer at her time. Yeah.
Would just like to I'd like to give her a mention also because she was a big deal.
Yeah. The loss of Tina Turner is going to reverberate throughout the industry,
and she will be remembered for
I think
her great work.
Yeah, her work will be always remembered. She's been out of the spotlight for a while too,
but she's one of those legends.
Yeah,
she doesn't necessarily have to come back and prove herself because that's already been done.
Yeah, she doesn't need to be a Madonna.
No, she does not.
Wedge her way back in the spotlight. But speaking of Europe, also, a band that everybody knows is going to be is Slipknot has lost two of its founding members. Number one is Craig Jones, and if you know the band Slipknot, he is their keyboardist, their electronics guy in the back with all the spiky nails coming out of his head. He has left the band, and Sean Crahan will be not participating in the Slipknot European leg of their tour. because of family medical issues. His wife is taken ill. He lost his daughter in 2019.
Which, I mean, there are no words for that. I mean,
Yeah. She was only 22.
that's a tragedy.
That is a huge tragedy, the beginning of her life, and already it's over. Um,
Very sorry to hear about that.
so I'm thinking that he is staying by his wife's side to make sure that she doesn't.
And rightfully so. Family should come first.
Family should come first. So, and he's got enough money to, to take off a couple of days and not be missed at work.
Now, in your opinion, how do you think that's going to affect the band?
I don't know. It's when you've got an ensemble like that, I think they have like 8 or 9 guys that are in there. They've suffered. Paul Gray passed away, their original bass player, and then the drummer Joey Jordison passing away. Then they had another guy that left, and then they have Craig Jones, one original member that's left.
It almost seems like the band's cursed.
Yeah, it's well, their music is hard and fast, and probably so is their touring schedule. And as they get older, I can imagine that the normal aches and pains of being a high energy rock star have come to take their toll on them. Um, in terms of Sean Crahan, he's got family medical issues, but Craig Jones, I don't know what the story that is leaving the band for. Um, you know, that's the way it goes.
Yeah, it seems like they've already gone through enough now, so much that they're still a great band. They still put out good work, good material, stuff that you can listen to. Um,
Even Corey Taylor kind of does his own thing. He tours and writes for in his own independent stuff. So Slipknot themselves may not be around much longer. I don't know. The future of them is going to depend on if they can hold it all together and put out another album and keep the momentum going.
but I would say, yeah, just for those of us that do enjoy the music, enjoy it while you can,
Oh yeah.
because the future is very dreary.
Yes. It is. It seems like, music is one of the few things that's a bright spot left in our world. So there you go. And speaking of our world, last couple of episodes that we've had, I have failed in my job to bring you a new bands or new groups to check out.
Guys aren't reaching out.
Yeah.
You aren't telling. Apparently, you don't want exposure. You don't want to be seen.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah, we
But
love new bands.
we do.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
We love your work. We want to see more of you. We'd like to talk about you.
Yeah. There's 2 groups that one of them I love, and the other one is I love them as well, but they're kind of a current band. The other one is not, unfortunately. Um, Baby Metal. Baby Metal is the Japanese boy band equivalent, aren't they? Is that kind of what they were sold as?
Jet Baby Metal is something entirely different. The band is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The musicians.
Oh, they're great.
I don't know where they found these guys. If they made them in a lab or where they got these people, but
Yeah.
they're just they're perfect. They're on time.
Their little petri dish of musicians. They're just kind of swirling them together and growing them in a lab somewhere.
And then I guess they went to this Japanese boarding school or something and found these little Japanese girls that can sing and dance on cue. And they said, "Hey, why don't you guys sing for this band, and we'll call you Baby Metal."
Yep.
And they were a sensation.
It worked.
It just you look at their shows, it is just wall to wall people.
That's wall to wall people. Check them out, man. I think they even have a new album that's due out or is already out. I don't know what the name of that new album is.
We'll put it up in the cloud.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the screen.
Band that is that I love. If you remember, a few years ago, there was a small band called Evanescence that came out with someone by the name of Amy Lee, and they had a guitar player, Ben Moody, and Amy Lee wrote their first album.
Totally underrated.
Totally underrated. Great album, great group. Well, Ben Moody and Amy Lee had a splitting. They parted ways, and Ben Moody created a band called We Are the Fallen, and this album that they have should have been the follow-up for Evanescence. This should have been Evanescence follow-up album. But instead, it was Ben Moody's side project, and it's a phenomenal album. If you like Evanescence, you're gonna love We Are the Fallen.
And speaking of likes, if you like what we're doing here, if you like what you see, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. That's a way of you telling us that you want to see more, that you like what we're doing,
Yeah.
and we will just, it gives us encouragement, it feeds our hearts, gives us gas to just get that motor running and get the stuff out there for you.
Yeah.
We love talking to you guys. We love to putting on a show. We love give you guys information as we get it. But yeah,
We are vested in this.
we are.
We
This
are
is
totally vested.
we're
in this.
dedicated.
So yeah, like, subscribe. Be a part of the show,
Mhm.
and
And thanks for joining us every week. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming back. Thanks for being a part of it.
thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for word of mouth. Everything. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, we couldn't appreciate you more.
And on that note,
On that note, I think we're think this will be about that time.
it's about that time.
We wish Lord Sixx could have joined you a little bit. We'll be sure to let you know if he was able to obtain any more chicks for Sixx. And if you'd like to donate to that foundation and help a needy chick for Sixx in Ukraine or wherever it is he draws them from, please let us know.
Wherever he draws them from.
For just 30 cents a day, you too can help
So you can sponsor a chick.
Chicks for Sixx.
All right.
Um,
We thank you very much for stopping by, and hit like, subscribe, check the links in the bios, do all the normal things, keep us on the air. So
and be sure to let us know who you think that I'm right about the Lanie Gardner. As far as she's not lip singing, which she totally is not, and you can totally tell it.
totally.
Totally tell it.
Wow.
Be sure to let us know your thoughts on that. Watch the video. She's a great singer.
Yeah.
She's an up and comer. I'm sure that'll give her a little exposure too. But help us out. Can't wait to watch C Train listening to his guar or filtering through the Chicks for Sixx. Once you give us your response.
And also check out We Are the Fallen and Baby Metal, because they are worth tuning in for.
And if you want a good laugh, watch a Motley Crue concert.
Watch Vince Neil.
Watch Vince Neil try to sing.
Yeah, try to sing. All right.
All right. Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you.